Oh my goodness. So here we are at this stage of tarting up the bar front. I could leave it like this, and I probably will leave it like this for a while. My bigger vision sees items attached to the front of the bar. Lots and lots of rusty items. Um, I don't know. Well, one thing I have a lot of is the faucet handles, the old fashioned faucet handles. I was thinking about making a design with those. I've got, hasps that came off of old barn doors and just all kinds of weird rusty stuff. And I thought that would be a nice counterpoint to all of the glittery Madison Avenue advertisements. But I got to show you some of these. Some of these just crack me up. Uh, I love this woman. She says, to think I had to hear it from a bachelor girl. And look at her face, man. She's upset that whatever it was she found out, she had to hear from someone who wasn't married. I figured she needed a cigarette after that. And I love the gold bond girl. She's got such delight in her face because she got this lamp from all the money she saved using her rock wool insulation. I mean, these women really had stuff to be excited about back then. I have a lot of ads from places in New York. Like this is from the Sherry Netherlands. Let's see. Here's the Grand Central Terminal Restaurant and Oyster Bar. This is, if you haven't already guessed, this is a tribute to Madison Avenue, but primarily to Mad Men. The sort of crazy crap they would come up with to try to get us to buy things. So anyhow, I love the No More Radio Divorce. Let's see, what else do we have here? Gee, Mummy, this is easy to do. I can't remember what she was doing, but it was something that no kid should be doing. Using a table saw or something scary like that. I love this possessed rag doll that's trying to get you to buy the Dan River sheets. Here's the holiday greetings from Holland Heineken Beers. That is a direct reference back to Mad Men. One of their episodes had to do with not specifically that beer, but women buying things, including that beer. See, what else did we find down here? Oh, most of these did come from Esquire magazine. I had two issues of it. I had a 1936 and a 1946. Boy, I learned a lot of interesting things. Leon and Eddie's, boy, they didn't have much money for advertisement. A lot of the cheap advertisements just have those bullet points. Kind of interesting. At least I'm going to assume they're cheap. In New York, it's the Madison for dinner. I loved this Duchess of York perfume. Boy, doesn't that look opulent. Let's see, what else do we have over here? Just little weird things. Young looking with lots of hustle. I love this. Gentleman, the camel doesn't care. I don't know why the camel doesn't care, but that camel just could not. It has absolutely no fucks to give, that camel. Let's see. What else do we have? Who's this? This is, I guess, Daddy's coming home to see that Mom actually made some dinner. She wasn't just lying on the couch with an empty vodka glass hanging through her fingers and a soap opera on. Daddy, look, Mama's up and she's not drunk and she made dinner. Okay, what do we have down here? Oh, well, this woman hates rough lips. God, can you blame her? No, I can't. This child welfare for sale on easy terms, that intrigued me. I'm not sure, I can't remember what they were selling. See, what else do we have? Some of this is just up for pretty. Oh, that's a picture of a Serval gas refrigerator, and that door over there goes to a Serval, so I had to put that up in tribute. I love this woman. I like any color as long as it's rose. I'm kind of that way with purple. I like any color as long as it's purple. What else do we have? Oh, this is so post-war. This was from my 1946 Esquire. Gee, Skipper, you sure keep things shining. Navy style. Everyone was so happy to have their men home, and boy, you can't blame them. The men were happy to be home. It was time to get on with life. She will wear nylons too. Not quite sure why, but for whatever reason, I'm sure everyone's happy that she's wearing them. Gum turpentine is back. There were so many things that you couldn't get, like nylons and gum turpentine and a bazillion other things during the war. This is funny. Tonight's the last, thank goodness. That was for a woman whose husband was finally coming home from the war. And she had pigtails on and ugly pajamas, and she was holding a cat. And she had this look on her face like, I am so glad I don't have to sleep with this damn cat anymore. Oh, I thought that was funny. Let's see what else we have. Lots and lots of liquor ads, because liquor was a big deal back in the 30s. It was a big deal. By the 1940s, they didn't have quite as many ads for liquor in the Esquire. I don't know, probably came back again in the 50s and 60s. I mean, in the 60s rather. Yeah, 50s and 60s. It was Murder in the Patio. I don't know what that's about. I can't remember what they were selling, but I couldn't quite figure out the connection. In fact, in lots of these things, I could not figure out how the copy referenced what they were trying to sell. Like this one confounded me. It seems like everyone wants to let the pup be furnace man. What does that mean? Honestly, I had no idea what they were talking about. Here we have Alka-Seltzer, because we have to have Alka-Seltzer with all of these booze advertisements. This gift won't be packed away with the blown glass angels. Again, can't remember what they were selling. Let's see. Oh, I thought this one was so sweet. This was for Schlitz. It's the kiss of the hops with none of the bitterness. And here she is. She is sealing a letter to send to her beloved husband, who is still deployed, and she's going to hand it to the old man mailman. I just think that's so sweet. Here's a Varga girl. Varga. Can't remember. I loved this. Thousands thrilled by a self-tuning radio, and I thought that this Dixie Belle ad for liqueur was so pretty with its beautiful yellow flowers. Some things are inexcusable. They were trying to get you to use some special kind of toilet cleaner. And then even back in the 40s, we were advertising feminine hygiene products with Tampax there. I thought that didn't happen until the 50s, but I was wrong. Let's see here. I thought our artwork on that passion cloth was nice. And here we have mild Old Thompson, probably the cheapest whiskey you can buy. But it's mild. It's as mild as a kitten. Let's see, what else do we have? I thought she was pretty. She was trying to sell you sheets. Wake and dream. She's sniffing some flowers there. See, here's another one of the cheap ads with the bullet points. The mum takes the odor out of perspiration. I thought this was so sweet, the one about buying her the proper wedding ring. I mean, it's all about getting married. That's what they were right in Mad Men to say that that's all women seemed to care about back then. Everything is being sold with the kind of that in mind. There's another cheap ad. Have dinner at 6 and stay all night at world famous Leon and Eddie's. I don't know. If that's all they had to afford on their ad, I'm not sure I would want to stay there. Here we have one about giving and serving fruitcake. God, like anybody eats fruitcake. I mean, fruitcake's good if it's homemade, but the kind that came in that tin was pretty nasty, in my opinion. 7-Up, aren't they sweet? That couple is just so sweet. She's saying, look, Bob, you scored again. And he's thinking, yeah, I hope I score before I get you home tonight. That's what he's thinking. What else do we have? I love this teacher. Is it teacher or treacher? Teacher's Highland cream whiskey, whatever. Yeah, I bet that tastes weird. Of course, I'm not much of a whiskey enjoyer. Let's see, Blatt's beer. Here's a tribute to California, avocados, fruit of distinction. And then there were just lots of weird and ugly food pictures of things I can't imagine anyone wanting to eat. Lots of ads about buying your presumably secretary some nasty, cheap nylon nightie when you convince her to go to the Sherry Netherland with you. That woman is happy about her A1 steak sauce. Sherwin-Williams, that is a tribute to the fact that I think Sherwin-Williams are the best paints on the planet. I will never buy anything else if I can avoid it now. And let me tell you, I've used a lot of different paint brands, and it is the best. DeSoto, because Grant had a DeSoto. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, here's another one of those ads to buy something skanky for your secretary once you've convinced her to be more than just your secretary. Some more nasty food. The Plaza. Oh yeah, no tribute wall to Madison Avenue would be complete without a picture of the Plaza. And what I did is I started with all these full-page liquor ads and then just started slapping stuff up on top of it. Now, I will say that you'll see a lot of things in here that are more feminine. That's because I found some in an old American Home, like this one. This one came from an old American Home magazine. And I figured, you know, the men are represented pretty well here with all the liquor and, you know, all the misogynistic ads that I needed to represent the women as well. This woman is so happy in her yellow laundry room. And these two are so happy. They're just so cute. Keen's English Chop House. I've never been to a chop house, and I would love to know what that is exactly. I'm sure it's something wonderful. And he learned about freshness from her. Gobs and Gobs of Room. That came from a DeSoto ad. And here's a Budweiser ad that I thought was so sweet. Yet another woman in yellow. Yellow must have been like the really, really popular color. Oh, I know. I wanted to show you another one that had to do with yellow that's down here that I thought was really hilarious. Okay, it's this lady right here. Okay, she has got a come hither look on her face, doesn't she? Look at her eyes. I mean, she is given, whoever she's looking at, she has given that man the side eye. Over what? Over a yellow stove. She's probably thinking to herself, hey Bob, if you want some special loving tonight, buy me this yellow stove. I'm sure that she ended up getting it. She just looks like one of those women that gets everything she wants. Okay, she knows how to work her man. All right, what else do we have over here? Oh, here's one for Monopoly. I thought that was cute. I like the artwork on this Marito, I don't know, liquor ad. I love this guy. What do you know about A, Greek, B, something, something. I didn't even know what they were trying to sell. Underwear, I think. But look at his happy little pants. That guy is so happy. He's got his wine and his grapes, and he's going to a bacchanal. And I would look like that if I were going to a bacchanal. I would be happy. We thought we were tired. Now we know. Let's see, what else do we have down here? I like this Portis Hats artwork. That's so late 30s looking. What else do we have? We got a typewriter. And by the time I got over here, I was scrambling, trying to find ads that would work. So these aren't quite as interesting. Although I have to say that I did find another full-page Cervell ad. So since since this ad is in close proximity to my Serval refrigerator door over there, I thought it would be appropriate. So anyhow, those all went up with watered down Elmer's glue. They have their covering of glitter. Everything has to have a covering of glitter. And I think that's enough. I can leave this project alone for a while. I'm going to carpet this step with antique carpeting, strips of antique carpeting. So it will be, you know, kind of patchworked together. I think that will be neat. And that'll be about all. So now I want to come down here. I'm in my little rolly chair. See, I'm rolling along in my rolly chair. I'm going to roll over here and show you the thing that has just made my life so much easier. An electric staple gun. Hello! I have been using, whoops, I got stuck. Okay. I have been using these staple guns that don't work. I mean, that little one works, but I don't have staples for it. These two, I've got the staples, but they have been out in the rain. I don't know. They've been so abused, so they just don't function real well. But Grant, bless his heart, brought that to me, and boy, does that make a difference. My wrists don't hurt. It goes much, much faster. So I'm going to finish the last four. Again, I'm searching for the words. Chair bottoms. I will finish the last four chair bottoms in just a little while. So that will be a job finished. Then I'm going to take them out and I'm going to find all the places where I took holidays on that paint, get that covered up, and they'll be done and ready for Grant to put the two pieces together. I got my table more or less cleared off. I'm going to decoupage the tabletops as well, like I told you earlier, and then put a plastic covering, and those will be nice craft tables at that point. So that concludes this update. The magic is continuing to build, which is good. With every glittery thing that I make, I feel better. I'm gonna cough. I don't know why. Gracie's out of the hospital. It was no big deal, just gallbladder kind of stuff. She's fine. And that's good. I went and picked her up from the hospital, and the first thing she wanted was a Taco Bell bean burrito. So we drove through Taco Bell, we got bean burritos, and we sat and we watched the traffic and talked for a little while. Then I took her home. So she's doing good. Let's see, what else has happened recently? That's about it. Grant has been replacing the door on the apartment. I told him that was the number one thing. He had to get that done. Once that's done, then I'll feel much safer about, bringing stuff into the apartment that I can relatively safely leave, and know that it'll be much harder for, burglars to get in and steal anything. That's it. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.